All right, so you've been thinking about starting an online business, but let's be real, it feels like there are a million different options out there. It can get overwhelming fast. Well, this explainer is designed to cut through all that noise. We're going to break down 10 super practical ideas you can actually start even if you're beginning from square one. Let's just dive right in.
I mean, who doesn't, right? That little voice in your head that says, I want to build something that's mine. It's a really powerful feeling, but it usually leads right to that one big paralyzing question. Okay, but where do I even start?
And that's exactly it. The second you type how to start an online business into Google, you're just hit with this tidal wave of gurus, courses, and advice that all seems to contradict each other. It's this crazy maze that honestly makes you feel more confused than inspired. It's enough to make you just shut the laptop and say, never mind. Okay, so before we get into the ideas, we have to tackle the biggest thing that holds people back, the myths, the stuff everyone thinks you need to succeed online. You know these ones, right? The classic dream killers. You think you need a ton of cash, a whole team of people, or that you have to be some kind of coding wizard. But here's the truth. All of that is pretty much outdated. Modern tools have totally leveled the playing field. And you don't need some revolutionary, never-before-seen idea either. You just need to solve one specific problem for a specific group of people. That's it. And this quote right here, it just nails it. The whole point is that building a business online isn't about some secret, complicated formula. It's just about knowing the right first step and having a simple, clear path to follow. In fact, you can really boil this whole thing down to just 3 basic keys. So you can forget about the thousands of different strategies you've heard about. It really just comes down to these 3 things. So here they are. Step 1, a real concrete idea. And that just means solving one specific problem for a specific audience. Step 2, a simple method. A step-by-step plan you can actually follow over and over. And then step 3, the right tools. You've got to leverage platforms that do all the heavy lifting for you. You know, the tedious stuff like payments and marketing. This 3-part foundation, that's your key. All right, so keeping that foundation in mind, let's get to the main event, the 10 business ideas. These are all real, practical concepts you could start working on today, even if you don't feel like an expert. Now, to make this easy to digest, we've broken these 10 ideas down into 3 main categories. It's all based on what you're actually using to create value, what you know, what you can do, and building a platform that can work for you. Let's start with that first one. Okay, category 1 is all about turning what you already know into a product. Seriously, think about it. You could create a short, focused mini course on something you're good at, like how to finally organize your digital photos. Or you could write a short ebook that solves one very niche problem. You could even start a paid newsletter for a specific community, like, say, a weekly email with tips for new houseplant owners. The best part about all of these? No inventory, no shipping, it's pure profit. Okay, next up, selling your skills. If you have a skill people need, and you probably do, like writing, graphic design, or even just being really good at social media, you can package that up and sell it as a service. Think about offering digital consulting for local shops that are totally lost online, or providing freelance writing services to companies through sites like Upwork. The demand for these skills right now is absolutely huge. And this last category, this is about building a system, a platform that can make money for you even when you're not actively working. This is stuff like affiliate marketing, where you get a commission for recommending products you actually use and trust, or building a business around an automated sales funnel that sells a digital product for you 24/7 on autopilot. These are the kinds of models that can really create scalable, long-term income. Now, I know when you hear something like automated sales funnel, you might be thinking, whoa, that sounds way too complicated. But this is where the tools available today completely change the game, especially for beginners. See, here's the big mindset shift. The key to winning in online business isn't about working more hours than everyone else. It's about building a smart system, an engine that can run without you having to push it all the time. And today, the platforms that let you build that engine are easier to use than ever. For example, the source points to a couple of great options. You've got something like System.io, which is perfect if you want simplicity. It puts everything you need, your sales pages, course hosting, emails, all in one place, and you can even start for free. Then, if you need more firepower, a tool like GetResponse gives you really advanced features like AI that helps you write your emails. The point is, these tools handle all the complicated tech stuff that used to require a whole team of developers. So, we've talked about the myths, the 3 keys to starting. We've gone through 10 different ideas, and we've even looked at the tools to make it happen. But honestly, none of that matters without this one final, crucial piece of the puzzle. This is, without a doubt, your most important decision.
Whew. How many times have we all said that? I'll get to it later. I'll start next month. But this quote just hits so hard because it's true. For most of us, later is just a polite way of saying never. Procrastination is the real business killer, not a lack of good ideas.
And that brings us to the most important takeaway of all. Every single person who has built a successful online business has one thing in common. It's not that they were the smartest or the luckiest. It's that they just made the decision to start, even when they were scared and even when they didn't have it all figured out. So, I'm going to leave you with this question. After everything we've talked about, knowing the ideas, knowing the tools are out there, what is the one tiny single step you could take today? Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Because taking that first small step, well, that's everything.